What is going on, my gaming friends? Here's another console review, and today we're going to check out a brand new keyboard and mouse converter for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One and Xbox 360. Now it's called the Reasnow Crosshair. I think it's called Reasnow. You can check the name here out on the package. And this is actually brand new. I haven't seen any reviews on YouTube, so just some gameplay and how to set it up, but no real review. And it's from the brand Reasnow. I think it's from China or Japan. And you can only buy it directly from China or from eBay, or there's some partner shops, I think, in Netherlands or something like that. So it's actually a brand new device and pretty hard to get, in my opinion. Now, it's a bit more expensive than the Titan one I reviewed some time ago. So this one here was something like $120 on eBay.com without shipping and everything. But I have to say, it's also better than the Titan one in some ways, because you don't need to have a computer near your console. That thing here, so that little device, can just emulate everything without a computer. So you could connect a keyboard and mouse and play Call of Duty on your console without the controller, so with mouse and keyboard. You could just connect a joystick and fly around with a chat on your console. You could also use an Xbox 360 controller on your Xbox One console, or even an Xbox One controller on the PlayStation 4 or something like that. So they're really cool possibilities. And yeah, if you don't have a computer near your console, then this is probably the right thing for you, because all other devices actually need a computer to emulate everything. Only bad thing, so far this is not compatible with the Logitech G27, but I have to say playing with the Logitech G27 on the console with the Titan one wasn't the best feeling, but at least it was working and I didn't have to buy a new racing wheel. So let's talk a bit about the features. And yeah, as I've said before, so you can connect mouse and keyboard, a different joystick or different controller. It supports all platforms, so PlayStation 4, 3, Xbox One and 360. Then it should be compatible with all mice and keyboard, so you don't have to worry about that. And it comes with an intelligent engine, so best mouse precision, one-to-one movement in games. That means it really feels like on the computer and not like, I don't know, like there would be some delay when you game. And here at the top, I think there's some LEDs which you cannot see right now, and it should also have a button to restore the firmware. Like if you just break something, you only press the button and then it copies the firmware from one chip to the other chip. I think it works something like that, so if you destroy the firmware. And it's very well designed actually, so it's also made out of metal and it's looking very good so far. It also supports Xbox headsets, and not really sure what that means, but we'll later check it out. Maybe if you, for instance, connect an Xbox One controller or Xbox 360 controller, then the headset works on the PlayStation. I really don't know, but it would be super awesome. And yeah, that's basically it. So that's everything you need to know. You can find a link down below in the description, and this device currently retails, as I've said, for $120, which is very expensive. And there are no real reviews on YouTube, so I decided to make one for you if this device is worth it or not. And now I would say let's just do a quick unboxing, let's see what we can find inside of the box, then let's check out the device, and then let's do a quick gaming test on my PlayStation 4. Okay guys, so here's a quick unboxing, and yes, it's really a quick unboxing because actually not too many things are included inside of the box. So let's quickly check that out. First of all, you can see here the device, and it's actually that little cube here. It's very handy. Then here you can see a mini USB cable, and you need that because you have to connect the cube to your console over the USB cable, and basically it emulates all the input over that USB cable. And you can also use that cable here to connect it to your computer and load up predefined profiles which you can find on the internet with that software. And for instance, if you want to play Call of Duty, if you only play Call of Duty with that, you just connect it to the computer, you load up the Call of Duty profile, and then it's saved on the device, and you just have to connect everything, and there you go. You can play Call of Duty with mouse and keyboard, so nothing to play around with except of the sensitivity of the mouse. Okay, mini USB cable, about 1 meter long, not gold plated, but it's looking good so far. Then let's have a look here at the quick starter guide. This tells us some information about the device, so let's open it up. Let's see what we can find here inside. And well, this looks like the PC software. Not sure if you can see that. So you can connect it to the computer, and then you can choose here which profile you want to load up. Like, there's a community developing profiles for games, like for instance the mapping for Call of Duty, Battlefield. I can see here Battlefield 4, and pretty cool thing. You can also map the keys on the computer, but you don't have to have a computer to map the keys. So it's also possible to do it on the go on the device with a controller connected, which is a very cool thing for people who don't own a laptop or something like that. Mouse DPI, so it says here that it's very important to set your mouse to maximum DPI. I'm not sure why, but we'll later check that out. And yeah, sensitivity settings, so that's something I will explain a bit later when we have it connected to the console. And here you can see basically the features, so ways to use a crosshair. Like, you can use it to use mouse and keyboard instead of a controller, to use a joystick and mouse instead of a controller, or to use another controller from a different platform, like play on the PlayStation 4 with an Xbox One controller. And here it basically explains everything on how to configure things like, what's that, D-pad up, and what actually should flash or just beep on the device, because it has LED output, so color output, and it also comes with audio output. Not really sure how it's working so far, but I will now go check that out, and we'll do a little cut here. And now later, when I did set it up with my PlayStation 4, Xbox One, I will show you how to do that. So here comes a little cut. Now guys, before we connect it to the console, let's have a quick look at this device here. At the top we have glass or plastic glass or something like that. Doesn't really matter because it's no phone, so it doesn't have to be really stable. But under there should be some LED with the Crosshair logo, which indicates, yeah, the state of this device. Then here on the front side, so that's an aluminum frame if I'm right. Yeah. I'm definitely sure that's aluminum. And here we have two USB 2.0 connectors. That's actually to connect mouse, keyboard, different controller, joystick, or whatever you want. So that's basically the front side. So let's turn it around. Here on the back side we have a little hole, and you can reset the device here. So you just take a needle or something like that and you push the button in there to reset the firmware. And here we have the mini USB connector, so you connect the cable here and the other end to your computer, to your console. So let's have a look here on the back side, and here you can see Crosshair, designed by Reasnow Technologies, assembled in China. So that device is coming out of China, but it comes with FC, CE, and yeah, shouldn't be a problem to import it to your country. So that's that little device here, and it basically doesn't need a computer if you want to remap everything or if it's pre-configured. So now let's just go, guys, and let me show you how you connect and use the Reasnow Crosshair. So guys, we're now here on the computer, and I've now connected the Reasnow Crosshair to the computer. Then you just download here the Crosshair Manager and you start it. Then you will see here the Crosshair, and here you can see firmware restore, but actually we just click at the device here. And then you can already see here the consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the profiles. Now you can store up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 profiles per console. So you can switch between the consoles, here the PlayStation 4, here the Xbox One, then here we have the PlayStation 3, and here the Xbox 360. So on the PlayStation 4, I mainly use Destiny, but also I tried GTA 5, which is super awesome, then some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and really it works really good. Now let's have a look at such a profile, just like the Destiny profile. So just double click it, and in there you can basically see which key on the controller is which key on your keyboard. Like the PlayStation button is now the escape button in Destiny, then square is currently the R button, 1 is for instance triangle, so that's to switch the weapon, then yeah, the circle is on C, and it's pretty cool. And you see the D-pad controls, they're actually on the arrows on the keyboard, and you can remap that. Like if you don't want to have the PlayStation button on escape, just click at it, and then you can basically choose here a different key out of the keybinds. And you can see here all keys, which you can also find on your keyboard, even numpad is supported. But usually I would just have it here on auto detect, so now you just press the key on the keyboard, that's way easier, and now it's back on the escape button. But well, you can also have that key on a remote control, you can just delete the key, or you can just set it to your mouse, and that's a really cool thing. So this is how you do the primary key mapping. Here on the right side you have the preferences, like Destiny, so that's the name of the profile. You can give it a different color, like that are the colors which also show up on the device itself. So you know, hey, that's the color of Destiny if it lights up green. Because it doesn't come with an LCD, so just that display here which shows you some different colors. Here are the mouse settings, really important, the hip sensitivity and the ADS sensitivity. So I have it here on 213, 329. I think usually hip is higher than that, but I play perfectly fine with those settings here, and you can configure that with your controller. The YX ratio is usually 20 or something like that. Not sure how you change it in live mode, but I would just keep it here on the default value for the profile, because that's actually a good thing. But usually the sensitivity is too low. Depends on your hardware. With my mouse, sensitivity is always too low, so I have to play around. And it was here on 20 and 10, so you can see I increased it by the factor 10 and here by the factor, well, 30. We also have here stick controls, and you can also set here a dead zone if you want to. I just would keep it on the pre-assigned value, because I'm not really sure what the dead zone now means then, because you're using WASD to go around and not a thumbstick, and the thumbstick usually has a dead zone, but your keys on your keyboard, they don't have a dead zone. So you could play around and tweak the settings, but really guys, I haven't noticed anything here. I just played around here a little bit from 16 to 30, wasn't a huge difference at all. Joystick settings, so if you play with a joystick, then you can set the dead zone right over here. So basically this is how you configure a full game, and it really doesn't matter what game you're going to play, you can just configure everything in here for every game. Once you're finished, you can save the profile and you can just go back here with that home button. So I have here on the PlayStation 4 those 8 profiles. It's not possible to have more. That means you actually have to delete some profiles if you're not going to play that game anymore. That's the only bad thing, because on the Titan one you just load up a different profile, but here you just have to delete it, boom, it's gone. But I think it's pretty okay, and you can choose your startup profile. This is really important. I have Destiny here startup, so once you connect it to your PlayStation 4 and you start up your console, it will automatically load up Destiny profile. Here for the Xbox 360, so basically the same thing. You can just add games, and you can see there are something like 20-25 games, and they are new. They come with each update, and you can also set here a custom game. And yeah, the custom game is basically you can set it to, I don't know, some random game like what the fuck, Formula 1 or something like that. And you can just then make a new keybind and set everything to fit your needs on the keyboard. Pretty cool thing, but first of all, before you can really use the Reasnow Crosshair, you have to take yourself like 1 hour and configure everything. Don't forget to set the profiles here for the correct console, like here PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, and here Xbox One. Well, so that's the whole software. You should not forget to save the whole profile, which I'm not going to do right now because it would destroy all my settings. But basically you just hit the save button and then it writes all the settings here and all profiles to the firmware of the Crosshair. But if you just fuck up the firmware, there's a restore button, which you have seen before. So in the main menu, it was the button right over here in the right bottom corner. So if it's not working anymore, just restore the firmware and then you can just rewrite the firmware with the new profiles once again. So that's the PC software. All in all, very easy to use. And now we're going to play some Destiny. So let's go to the PlayStation 4 and let's check out how the Reasnow Crosshair is really working. So there we are, guys. In Destiny I'm currently level 10 because I started a new character here on the PlayStation 4, and really playing with mouse and keyboard is super awesome. Now for shooters like Black Ops, this is probably the best thing ever, but I wouldn't call it unfair or hacking because I know people, they play better with a controller than with mouse and keyboard. But for the majority of people, it's just easier and you probably have more accuracy with mouse and keyboard. And in multiplayer this is really undetectable because it just emulates the controller input. There is nothing which injects into the game, so yeah, the risk to get banned online is 0.0000001%. So I never did read anything that somebody got banned because he used a mouse and keyboard converter here for the PlayStation. But really, I don't know yet. I'm using that for a long time, haven't got banned yet, and it's a really cool thing. And you can see I play here currently online on the PlayStation 4, actually not online because I'm playing a single player mission in Destiny, so I don't want to say that I use this online because maybe then PSN bans me if they watch this video. But anyway, I really have to say, super awesome here to play with that converter. You have really a high accuracy, I can aim always in the middle so to get critical hits, and yeah, it really feels like on a computer. Also, the Titan One does a pretty good job on that, and it really depends on the settings, because you can fuck up the settings, then it's lagging, and it's sometimes then hard to do some slight movements. So, but you can see fine movements here, that works really fine. Once you find the correct settings for yourself, it probably takes something like 1 hour, and yeah, then you can play, and it really feels like on the computer. So you could place it with a monitor on your desk, and then you have a gaming station, and that's a really cool thing. Unfortunately, that thing, as I've said before, is expensive, but just check out here the gameplay. I mean, it looks good and it's super accurate. I can just take the sniper rifle, take out enemies, and it feels just great. So yeah, once you play the first time with mouse and keyboard on the console, it feels very different, but as I've said, when you have the correct settings, then it feels, at least for me, better than with the controller. But yeah, as I've said, I don't think it's cheating, actually, hacking, because I really have some friends, they are gods with a controller, and when I play Black Ops against them or something like that, or Advanced Warfare, then I don't even have a chance with the mouse and keyboard converter, and also the other way. So when they just played with mouse and keyboard, they totally sucked on the console. So it really just depends, are you used to a controller, mouse and keyboard? But if you want to get a console, but if you like to get the accuracy of a computer, then I can definitely say this mouse and keyboard converter here for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox 360 and even PlayStation 3 is really super awesome, and I think, in my opinion, it's even better than the Titan One. So that was Destiny gameplay, and now let's end this because yeah, gets quite boring, right? And yeah, I will now tell you my final opinion on the Reasnow Crosshair. So guys, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion. And in my opinion, this is the device people were waiting for. I mean, the Titan One is a nice idea, but having a computer near your console all the time to emulate everything, run the scripts, it's really annoying. The only good thing on the Titan One is that you can just also run custom scripts, like you could have some hacks in there, you could have no recoil and everything like that, but I don't like to play with hacks on the console because getting your console banned can be, really a pain in the ass. And also, really, having a computer near your console definitely sucks, because if you have your console in your living room or you just want to set up a game station, you would always have to have a computer near your console, and it must be on, everything hooked up. It's really annoying, but sometimes I just want to switch off everything, like just turn on my console, get myself a beer and enjoy some Destiny or some other games. And for that, this thing is really, really great. But only bad thing, it's way more expensive, like $120 without shipping, without taxes. So you end up with a price in my country for something like $160. All in all, it's expensive, but I think it's better than the Titan One, and if I would have to choose between the Titan One and the Reasnow Crosshair, honestly guys, I would go with the Reasnow Crosshair, even though the community is maybe not that big, there are no custom scripts, and also, yeah, probably the support for some games, because the community is not that big, is smaller. But you've seen the software, it's actually easy to remap keys, and you can also change everything on the go without the need of a computer. And that's, in my opinion, really the best thing to play with mouse and keyboard on your console, because you don't need to have a computer near you. You can also just take that thing over to your friend, play there with mouse and keyboard, use a different controller, like if you don't have an Xbox 360 controller there, something like that. It's really, really cool in my opinion, and definitely worth the money, but well, it's quite expensive, that's the only bad thing. But you can find a link to the cheapest reseller down below in the description. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. You will definitely see some more console videos in the next time when I get some modding parts. I've ordered something, but this will be a little secret. Okay guys, so thanks for watching, have a nice day, and see you again in my next videos. Bye bye.